what kept me. So how many of you know, or how many of you had any idea of the money that was actually attached to the travel industry? Go ahead and give me those dollar signs if you're here for the money. If you're here for both, you can give me all of it because that's what we are here for tonight. We're definitely going to cover both. But you guys, a little bit more about me and what attracted me to this business. Again, I traveled to 32 countries, just got back from 39 in July. So it's safe to say that I know a little bit about travel. Didn't know the most important piece. And again, that was the money that was actually in this industry. Started while I was on active duty. And then lo and behold, about 3 months before I was getting ready to retire, me and my baby girl were rear-ended in a pretty bad car accident. And not a sad story, obviously, because I am here. But y'all, my entire life changed in a matter of moments, and I absolutely needed something. This business not only offset my retirement income at a time that I desperately needed it, and now eclipses my retirement income and any other income that I have come into my household. Is anybody learning anything new about the economy these days with some of the shifts and the changes? Y'all, I had no idea until I started delving a little bit deeper how many veterans are actually SNAP recipients. It was 1.2 million. That definitely shook me because that accident could have made things go a completely different way for me, especially with the injuries that I walked away with. Thank God I was able to walk away with them. Then I realized 300,000 of them were right here in my backyard here in San Antonio. So, y'all, tonight we're offering you much more than just a vacation. We're definitely going to offer you the opportunity to travel like a rock star, period. You're going to be able to do that. But we definitely want to show you how you can truly, truly go ahead and change some things for your household. Definitely improve your quality of life. We want you to experience all of these freedoms that we have right here on this slide. Now, is anybody missing any of these freedoms? Anybody? Any of those freedoms? Financial freedom? Some of y'all might be fighting to be financially independent. Personal freedom. Y'all have wore a uniform for 22 years. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and it's hot. And there were some days they said, wear them long sleeves. And I didn't want to, but I did out of service to my country. No rhyme or reason behind it. Just wear the long sleeves. Okay. Time freedom. Anybody a slave to the alarm clock? Because I still am. I can't claim that one. I got somebody in my household that's got to be somewhere in the morning. If I don't get up, she won't get up either. Y'all, we want you to be able to experience all or even some of those freedoms because some of y'all don't experience any of them. So tonight is about designing your ideal life. And we're going to show you how you can do that by leveraging the travel industry. We're going to show you how to earn more, travel more, save more, everything it says up here on this slide, experience more. But we're going to show you how you can build a strong network, or if you are blessed to already have a strong network, we're going to teach you how to leverage it. And we're going to teach you guys how you can all make money together. We're going to show you how you can leverage not just one, but two unlimited income opportunities. We're going to show you how to benefit from the power of e-commerce, the buying and selling of goods online. Y'all, Amazon Prime, brothers and sisters, where y'all at? We're starting our support group right now. You guys, we're going to put you on the merchant side of the travel industry, not just being a consumer. We are going to show, and we're going to show you how to do that with no inventory, no quotas, and this one is still not on the slides. My favorite, no employees. Shout out to my supervisors that possibly had a hard day. We will show you how you can become a travel professional. And for time's sake, the difference between a professional and an amateur, professionals get paid for what they do. And if you are one of those group trip bookers out there tonight, we're going to show you how you can get paid from that travel that you are already booking. But the first opportunity I want to introduce to you is this one right here. This is Planet Marketing. Now, who are we? We are an online business provider. And what do we provide? We provide opportunity. We have made business ownership affordable for over 145,000 families, y'all, in over 20 countries. And we owe that to this gentleman right here to my right. He is the founder, the chairman, the CEO of Planet Marketing. He is Mr. Donald Bradley. He is also an Air Force veteran. I will follow this man to the ends of the earth because he created this opportunity for people just like us to build some extraordinary streams of additional income for our households. Now, as exceptional as Mr. Bradley is, he knew that if he wanted to live the dream, he had to build a team. So he started over here with Mr. Andy Cawthon, our current president of Planet Marketing, who has decades of executive management, corporate operation, and sales experience. He's managed companies with an asset basis of over $1 billion. We could not be in better hands of anybody to be at the helm of this company. And then we have Miss Leanne Treckler, you guys. Miss Leanne updated her picture, and I absolutely love it. It's absolutely beautiful. She's our chief operations officer, you guys, our COO. We love her to life. You know how sometimes people say, I love them to death. No, we love her to life. We don't want Miss Leanne to go anywhere. She manages the baddest support team of any company in the world, in my opinion. And she also makes sure that all of us Planet Marketing reps have what we need before we even know that we need it. And I digress. Do you see these commissions paid out to date? $338 million in commissions. Give me some dollar signs in the chat area if you've been on the receiving end of some of those commissions. Because Miss Leanne, she handles payroll. She makes sure that we get paid on time, every time, and most times early. Y'all give it up in the chat area for Miss Leanne. And we have an exceptional marketing arm with Planet Marketing. So we need an equally as exceptional product. And that's where IntelliTravel comes in. IntelliTravel is the best to ever do it, you guys. We are the originators of the home-based travel agent opportunity. And I say anywhere-based because as long as I have Wi-Fi, I can make money booking travel. Now, IntelliTravel is fully accredited, fully certified through everyone in the travel industry that they are required to be accredited and certified through, and then some. We are recognized for excellence through the Better Business Bureau. So for all my researchers out there, go ahead and check us out. The Better Business Bureau is there for the consumer, not us. So definitely make sure you check that out as well. We have been around for over 34 years. We've been around 35 years to be exact. And we owe that to this gentleman over here to my right. He is the co-founder and current CEO of IntelliTravel. He is James Ferrara. Now, y'all, I just gave your first nugget, first hint, and clue that you're in the right place tonight. Because if the co-founder of the company is still with the company 35 years later, that means that we're doing something pretty exceptional, right? And you probably didn't miss it. This $5.5 billion in travel booked to date. That's right, 5.5 billion. Now, if you've been on the receiving end of some of the commissions generated from that $5.5 billion in travel, go ahead and throw some money, some dollar signs, whatever. That's right, with a B. Throw that in the chat area, you guys. So again, we're recognized for excellence. If there is an award out there, some recognition, IntelliTravel has received it. You see a handful of them that have been thrown down here on the slides, but you guys, Carnival, everybody's familiar with the fun ship, right? We are the #1 distributor of Carnival in the United States. We sell more Carnival than Carnival. Y'all, as far as that Magellan Award, guess what? That is like the equivalent to the Oscars or the Grammys of the travel industry. And IntelliTravel is a proud recipient of it, not just once, not twice, not 3 times, but multiple times over. So IntelliTravel, I don't need to brag on it. The industry does that for us, but since I'm here, I might as well, right? Let's get down to the reason why all of y'all are here tonight. Because I guarantee you that the majority of you did not know until the person that invited you today that there's a commission built into every single travel transaction that is performed. Every last one of them. So that means that while you're on cheap tickets, Expedia, Priceline, or even if you're booking directly through a supplier, there's some money that you are leaving on the table. We aren't here to convince you tonight. We're here to provide education. And the facts are is that the possibilities are infinite once you become a travel business owner. The facts are when you actually partner with whoever it was that invited you on this webinar, you lock arms with them and you lock arms with IntelliTravel. Now, when you book your travel, you're going to earn commissions to the tune of, at minimum, 70% up to 80%. That's right. That means that whatever the supplier pays out to IntelliTravel, you're going to receive the lion's share. IntelliTravel is going to turn around and pay you at minimum 70%. They only keep 30. Is that good or is that great? That's phenomenal. So not only are you now able to cash the check, you're going to get your very own state-of-the-art personalized booking portal. Now family and friends can book through you.com instead of them.com, right? And for the record, nobody invited you on here tonight to change your buying and spending habits. You continue to book with I don't know, Marriott, Hilton, Carnival, Virgin Voyages. Continue to book with whoever it is that you know and love. Just get in front of those travel transactions now and make the money. We have the best of the best in customer support, you guys. So there's never be a time when somebody will not be available to assist you. And what can you book? Trains, planes, automobiles, you name it. Anybody like cruising? Group cruises? Now, the hardest decision I had to make today was narrowing down what date I'm going to take my next cruise. Hardship. Somebody had to take one for the team though, right? Corporate and church retreats. You might belong to a church home. You earn those commissions, tithe a little bit bigger, right? Or maybe you book the next church retreat. Fraternities and sororities. I know y'all out there. Go ahead on and represent in the chat area. But they are always traveling. What would it be like to get in front of a room block for 300 to 400 or maybe 3,000 to 4,000 your sorors or your fraternity brothers on the next trip that you are going on? You're going anyway. Go ahead on and book the trip. Set up the room block, make the money. You're going to be there anyway. Just do it through your very own turnkey business. Y'all, if you are still paying strangers to book your travel after tonight, I don't even know what to tell you. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You're going to have your very own turnkey business. Again, the best of the best in customer support. all of the training that you can possibly stand on demand. Y'all, as a single mama with 2 kids at home, when I started this business, being able to complete certifications on demand, that was a godsend for me, right? We're going to talk more about trainings here in a minute. And again, we are partnered with every single major travel supplier in the travel space worldwide. Best of the best in sales and marketing materials and program. You guys, we've got a marketing program valued at over $100,000 that's going to be, well, I won't say gifted, but you're going to have access to it and no additional cost, y'all. One more time, planes, trains, automobiles, you name it, cruises. I'm back to cruises, y'all, because I still haven't narrowed down that date. Vacation packages, put them together. Somebody says, hey, you know what? I need a hotel or I need a resort and I need a rental car and I need a flight. Got it. You got them. Car rentals. People forget about the practical use of travel. Say your car breaks down and say whatever car you have, though, well, what if you're like me and you go through Jaguar and guess what? They never have any of their loaner vehicles available. Unless I want to schedule an appointment 4 months out. Oh, we'll have a loaner vehicle then, but my car needs to be there now. Guess what? Now I have a travel agency and I go ahead and book my rental cars through myself, right? Absolutely. You guys, resorts, travel insurance, you need travel insurance just like you need car insurance, y'all. You just never know. Sports, entertainment, anybody like NFL, Major League Baseball, go Dodgers. Okay, basketball. All of that you can book through yourself, you guys. You absolutely can, and you can definitely make the money. College football, go Irish. You got, before anybody asks me, what about Airbnb? Airbnb is a supplier, y'all. They just do a phenomenal job marketing. Vacation rentals, villas. Yes, go Braves. What, Chris? Yes, you guys, you absolutely can book all of this. You can do it, but do it through your very own turnkey business. Excursions, you name it. Some of y'all like to travel by bus. By all means, have at it. I'm going to fly. But definitely we want to make sure that you get in front of those travel transactions. And if you needed any more reasons as to why travel, why now, y'all, I saw a reel the other day of what Houston's airport looks like since TSA ain't out there working. Man, y'all, travel is actually an $11 trillion a year business industry. 11 trillion. We hit $11 trillion in August. And they had the audacity to say it's going to take another 10 years to get to 15 trillion. I don't think so. Those airports are backed up. People have not stopped flying. I'm about to fly in a couple of weeks. Y'all, I'm going to get there about 4 hours early. Travel is a #1 research topic between the hours of 9 to 5. Where are y'all supposed to be at? 9, oh, excuse me. You know what? I don't even know why I just said 9 to 5. Travel is the #1 research topic 24/7 now. You can Google anything in the world. People are Googling their exit strategies. Somebody said plantation. Oh my goodness. Y'all, Generation Xers, we made the slide. Give it up, Generation Xers. We're spending $3 trillion annually in travel. Doggone right, we should be on this slide. It took 10 years for us to get on this slide, you guys. We believe in quality over quantity as far as travel. We like a lot of solo travel too, you guys, but we love traveling in luxury. Millennials to not be outdone, spending $4 trillion a year. Millennials, where y'all getting this money from? Are you potentially getting it from the baby boomers? Fueling the growth of travel with $2.5 trillion annually. They got a millennial and they possibly have a Generation Zer in their pocket, you guys. The jet setters, those leisure travelers out there making up terminology. $1.5 trillion. Do you guys know why Generation Z and millennials are so exceptional at this business? We do not make them put their phones down. I have never tried to pry the phone out of a youngin', and I absolutely am not about to start tonight. As a matter of fact, they have mastered turning these phones into ATM machines. Does anybody want to turn their phone into an ATM machine? You want to get something back from it other than just the bill that you pay every single month? Because you most certainly can get paid on what people are going to do anyway. Think about it. When was the last time you booked travel through your phone? You booked a flight, you booked a hotel, rental car, whatever it was you booked. I know you've done it. I know you've done it. You guys, almost everybody you know is traveling or everybody you know wants to travel. 2 reasons why they aren't, and it's time and money. So how much can you earn? I thought I saw that in the chat area. So let me go ahead and answer that. I'm so happy someone asked. Frequent business travelers, where are y'all at? It doesn't matter where you're at. Guess what? We own the travel business, you guys, so you don't have to be the person traveling. The dog owner of Purina Dog Chow does not eat dog food, right? But there are a lot of hungry dogs out there. So guess what? It's making a lot of money. So you can sell the travel, make the money. Because somebody's going to ask, well, what if I don't travel much? You probably will when you own a travel business. So frequent business travelers, say you know that person and say they need a hotel They shoot you a text and say, hey, you know what? I need a hotel. I'm traveling to Scottsdale, Arizona. You say, okay, cool. You send them the link to your website and they book their hotel through you. Poof, pal, you earned $150 in passive income. Won't he do it? Y'all, is that good or is that great? That's phenomenal. I'm gonna give you a nugget right now. If you have to be present for every single dollar you make, you will work for the rest of your life. Do I have anybody on here tonight that wants to work forever? If so, don't even comment in the chat area because I don't believe that person's on here. But $150, think about that. What bill is coming off the table in your household, y'all? And what about this? 5-day golf trip, Scottsdale, Arizona, some of the most beautiful golf courses in the world, right? Because that's where your friend traveled to. So they went out there to work, supposedly, right? But they said, okay, you know what? I got a little downtime. So then they text you again and say, hey, you know, thanks for the hookup on the hotel. Appreciate it. Love my accommodations. But I think I'm gonna take the day off and go golf today. I want to golf at this course at this time. And I got 3 buddies that are coming with me. Make it happen. And you say, okay, great. Stand by. You go to take a break. You go out there, you call the golf course, you make their accommodations, get their tee time, get them all set up. Poof, pow, you have made $275 in commission. Put it in perspective. Now what bills are coming off the table in your household? You can throw it in the chat area. And what about this, y'all? 7-day honeymoon, all-inclusive resort, Cancun, complete with butler service. Guess what? This took you maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and your commission was $561. An extra $500 could have kept the majority of homes that went into foreclosure out of foreclosure, y'all. An extra $500. There's some people out there in the world right now that can definitely use an extra $500. So as far as that $561, what will it do for your household? You don't have to be going on the honeymoon. Remember, you're the travel business owner. I'm not going on any more honeymoons. Going on girls trips. Who's going with me? 5-day group cruise, family reunion, y'all. No more hot dogs in Shasta. We out those hot parks, right? We out there on cruise ships, y'all. Cruise ships with a bunch of our family. And guess what? You booked the trip. So it's 20 cabins. Took you about 60 to 90 minutes. You earned $2,200 in commission. You put Uncle Ray Ray all on the other side of the ship because he was giving you a headache. He switched rooms about 3 times. He switched cabins, y'all. But guess what? He's situated. He didn't realize he was afraid of the water. So now you just got him in the inside stateroom. No ocean view, no balcony, no nothing, right? But you earned $2,200. That'll buy a lot of Excedrin, y'all. Lots. But it'll also take a couple of bills off the table in your household, possibly your mortgage, possibly your rent and your electric, right? And in case you can't tell, we absolutely do believe in having fun and learning while we earn. IntelliTravel has a robust training program, y'all. We make people dream bakers, vacation builders, travel geniuses. And you can do this from the comfort of your own home. So again, single mom, 2 kids at the time that I got started. Again, I was still full-time active duty. So being able to complete these certifications on my own time and choose the ones that I wanted to choose, I went with my favorites. So you choose yours. That was definitely a godsend, you guys, because 90% of the training was all online. I didn't have to go to Disney to earn a Disney cert. But I did tell y'all that I'm retired and I love the in-place opportunities to learn because this is what my classrooms look like. Don't hate. This is the work, y'all. You can become a wellness travel advisor. Earn that wellness travel certification. These are called IntelliTrips. They're designed to make us more intelligent so we can sell these suppliers better to our family and friends. So we want you to get the education. IntelliTravel prides themselves on us being the most educated travel professionals in the world, especially when they send us to places like Marygail, Jamaica for 4 days and 3 nights, all inclusive, adults only, to learn. You're going to go ahead, you're going to learn about those dimensions of wellness, you guys. You're going to put those certificate or put the retreats together, help other people put retreats together. Yes, I did, Kiana, adults only. We help you all of that. We get the education, we get the view, and tuition for class is $499 per person. That's right. But what about this particular classroom, you guys? Now we're going to class in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, 4 days, 3 nights, 5-star, all inclusive, becoming a luxury travel advisor. And in case nobody has told you today, you deserve luxury. You're supposed to travel in luxury, right? So go ahead and learn all about becoming a luxury travel advisor. Then go get that firsthand experience. That firsthand experience, that luxurious sand, the luxurious sheets, the luxurious food, all things luxury, because you have a responsibility to come back home and pay it forward to somebody else and put them in luxury. And your tuition for class is $720 per person. Now, y'all, I sent you a lot, or I gave you a lot of information. And some of y'all thinking, this sounds fantastic. Okay, what's the catch? Gotta be a catch. Let's go ahead and talk about those risks first, you guys, because there aren't any. IntelliTravel has removed the risks and replaced them with a handful of guarantees. That's how we've been around for 35 years, y'all. And that first guarantee is that best travel price guarantee. That means you're going to lock arms with whomever it was that invited you on here tonight. And you're going to start your business and you're going to book a trip. And say you book a trip, but you find that trip somewhere else and it costs a little bit less. Do not worry about it. IntelliTravel is either going to meet or beat that price. And for whatever reason, if they can't, they're going to refund you up to 110% of the difference of the cost of those two trips and a credit to apply towards a future trip. That is a customer retention tool. They want to make sure that nobody can outbook you. They're also going to offer you the opportunity to test drive your business from the inside. That's right. You can get started and you can test drive that business for 30 days. That is our no questions asked 100% money back guarantee. Go ahead and get some of that education, y'all. Go on some of those trips at travel professional rates. Absolutely make money. But on day 30, if you say, you know what? I didn't like that luxurious sand. It got all in my towels and in my shoes and everything else. You know, that food, it was okay. It wasn't that luxurious. Or maybe I just don't want to make any more money. Said nobody ever. But if that person is on here tonight, guess what? You've test drive your business. You checked it out. Wasn't a good fit for you. Not a problem. 100% refund back into your bank account or back onto your credit card within 48 hours. Now, IntelliTravel understands that it may take longer than those 30 days to figure out whether or not a whole entire business will work for you. They want you to give it a shot. So they have a unique profit guarantee where they guarantee that you will make a profit within your first 12 months of business. So guess what that looks like? That means that you're going to get started. You're going to come on board. You're going to test drive that business for a whole year. You're going to get that education. You're going to go on some of those trips at travel professional rates. Definitely make some money. But at the end of your 12 months, if you have not made and or saved as much money as you've invested into your business for that whole year, IntelliTravel will refund you the difference and make you whole again. So for example, say you invest $700 into your business for that whole year, but you only make $300. IntelliTravel is going to refund you $400 at the end of your year. And guess what? They will not even make you quit your business. You get to go ahead and take everything you learned in that first year, apply it in the second, and make you some real money. Now, y'all, that's all I have for travel tonight. How many of you would agree that if you make enough money, you can travel anywhere in the world you want to go? If you agree with that statement, comment agreed in the chat area because it is a true statement. So I can go ahead and get myself out of the way and bring back the man of the hour, y'all. So for the hundreds that have joined us, you guys, he is an elementary school principal by trade. So yes, he does work full time. Very, very successful career, you guys. But he is also a 4-star director in this opportunity, and you'll learn a little bit more about that. But what's really important, y'all, he makes 6 figures residually, actually a minimum of 250 grand residually on an annual basis, working this business part-time. So nobody more qualified to talk to y'all about this money than 4-star director, my coach, my mentor, my friend, elementary school principal extraordinaire, Damien Goins. I see you, sir.
Hey, nevertheless, the Director Harmon do a great job showcasing our travel product. If so, show us some love in the chat. Showed you how to save some money. So if you're taking notes, write that down. That's number 1. Showed you how to make some money. Write that down. That's number 2. And number 3, she showed you how to go on some educational experiences for pennies on a dollar and a fraction of the cost. So if you're trying to figure out, Legion, what are the 3 top things? Right there. Save, make money, get educated from an insider price. And then on top of that, she sort of tied it all together with a bow and gave you those 3 guarantees. Somebody said, Rhonda, we can get off the call right now. And somebody said, you already winning. Now, she shows you how to add some income. But how many of you know it says be fruitful and, come on, Ms. Milk, multiply. Who ready to multiply your income? So our host agency has partnered with a marketing firm called Planet Marketing. And we simply get the ability to educate people on how they can get in the largest industry in the world, and that's travel. Now, I know, Igor, there's somebody saying to themselves, what does that mean I have to sell? Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we go to school real quick? If you want to be wealthy, you're going to have to sell. It just comes with the territory, right? That's either a product or a service. Nobody you know who's wealthy is not selling something. So let's start there. Secondly, come on, Teresa, let's pull everybody in. You are already a salesman and saleswoman. You just aren't being paid for it. And I'll prove it to you right now. How many of you in your adult life have ever referred somebody to a good movie? A good restaurant? Your barber or beautician? The movie theater got paid, the restaurant made money, and guess what? Your barber and beautician increased their income. Here's my question for everybody, Connie. How much did you make? So since we become so accustomed to doing something without being compensated, when somebody shares with you a different paradigm, sometimes we say that feels weird. Somebody say tonight, don't be weird. Because let me ask this question and we're going to jump right into it, Gregory. How many of you know somebody who loves to travel? Right? Come on, let's just break it down, keep it simple. How many of you know somebody, especially with the economy right now, how many of you know somebody that needs some extra income? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you simply have people in your network that fit into one, two, or both of those categories, what you're going to share with them is not going to be foreign for them. Everybody with me? So our company will pay you 7 different ways. Now I know again, I know, Rhonda. They saying what? Because you've been so accustomed to only getting paid one way. Somebody say it's a new day. Okay, come on. Somebody say that was bars right there. Tracy had to catch that, right? You only used to getting paid one way, but today it's a new day. And so walk with me through the 7 ways you can get paid. But here's what I want everybody to know before we jump in. Somebody say it's optional. Come on, Anita. Somebody say nobody gonna twist your arm. You get to do this. You get to choose. So let's go through these 7 streams. Number 1, how many of you can invite somebody to a webinar like this or an in-person event to educate them about travel? If you can give an invitation, you can start earning some commission, right? Because here's the great part. Let's ask again, because Whitney, we just becoming family tonight. How many of you have ever invited somebody to a party? You probably spent some money, but did you make any? So somebody say, I have that skill too. So everybody you invite that sees the value in what we're sharing tonight, that partner with you, the company will pay you $50. Here's what I want to ask everybody, Charmaine. Does each of you know 4 people? Okay. Anybody can use the extra $200, Myrna? Okay. Second way is a 50% match. And I want to apologize on government training facilities, i.e. schools, who taught you only about linear income. Because how many of you know schools, Carlos, were designed to teach you how to be a factory worker? That's why your desks were in rows. Okay, somebody say he teaching tonight. And so understand that John D. Rockefeller, who orchestrated the first school board, he made this statement when he created it. He said, we do not want a country of thinkers, we want a country of workers. And how many of you know on some people's job, you work with some people that you ask them sometimes, are they a thinker? Okay, just look forward and blink at me. So what I'm saying is passive income is not taught to you because many of us have to exchange time for money. That's linear. What is passive? Meaning you can earn money when you're not present. So when your partners decide to go opt into sharing the business, someone partners with them, they will earn 50, but do you know the company's going to pay you 25 and you wasn't there? I just want to see real quick, Teresa, how many of you would cash that $25 check? Oh, look at Carlos. He said, I'm going to cash your check and mine. I'm with you, Carlos. Hang out. Then we have team bonuses that start at $10 and cap out at 60. So here's what I know to be true, Wanda. How many of you are old enough on the line to remember when raises were 50 cents? So you would work 12 months and all they would give you, Tiffany, was a 50-cent raise. Now we're talking about starting out at $10 all the way up to 60. Let's put it in context so you don't miss the content. If you showed up to work tomorrow and your supervisor told you that everybody was about to earn a $10 an hour raise, come on, some of y'all be on social media right now talking about ain't God good. Because you would start understanding that $10 times 40 hours a week over, okay. Does the opportunity to get a $10 an hour raise right now exist on your JOB? Talk to yourself. You ain't got to share it with me. But at its peak, the $50 can turn into $110. At its height, the $25 can turn into $85 for the same work. Then we have a builder program that recognizes you as you matriculate through your business at bronze 3, silver 6, and gold at 9. Everybody like the Olympics, Katrina, is shooting for gold because 3 income streams get unlocked for you. The first one is the team bonus. So gold builders are making 60, not 50. They're making 35, not 25. But they've also positioned themselves for 2 additional passive streams of income. So whether their personal partners wants to book a lot of travel or build a huge team, do you know they can make a 10% override? So somebody say no pressure. Then we have an additional stream of income. This is our 3x9 team build matrix. And I want everybody to type the word team because it's not what you're going to do by yourself, but it's what we do collectively. The first column is a recap of what I just shared at bronze 3, 6 silver, and gold at 9, Maria. Everybody with me? The second column shows you how your matrix will grow in multiples of 3, 9 rows deep. Think about a high school auditorium, less seats in the front than there are in the back. The company will pay you $4 for every business partner every month. Now, if you're like me, I was initially thinking of like $4, that's it. But how many of you know, Kiana, that was employee thinking? Because if you're making $4 an hour, you're going to struggle. But Asia, what if you were making $4 for every gas station in your state? How many of y'all would be okay? Because see, $4 compounded over the hundreds and thousands of people. How many know that $4 will now be powerful, Maryland? Right? So bronze builders making $156 in residual income when their matrix fully matures at that level. Silver builders, just 6 people, Dion and friend. Do you know when their matrix fully matures? An extra $4,300 a month? Okay, let's just pause for the calls. CJ, here's the question I want to ask everybody. If you were earning an extra $4,300 a month, how many of y'all would be in a better situation? Could it take your mortgage off the table? If you didn't have to pay your mortgage for 30, 60, or 90 days out of the year, Rodney, how many of y'all would have some financial breathing room? And then our goal builders have positioned themselves for 6 figures a month, Jan. Somebody said he misspoke. Tell him, Ms. Thompson, he didn't. I didn't say 6 figures a year. I said 6 figures a month because when your matrix fully matures, that's what you will be paid. Now, think about this. Over a 12-month calendar year, do you know, Dion, we're talking about $1.2 million out of just this one stream? We're not talking about the $50 up front. We're not talking about any travel commissions. We're not talking about the 50% matches. We're not talking about the matrix. I'm sorry, we're not talking about the overrides. We're not talking about the $10 bonuses. Just in this one stream, you become a millionaire. Here's my question I want to put on everybody's table, Joseph, because I don't need anybody to miss it. What opportunity on your job do you have to make $1 million a year? I'll wait. Because many of us have given 10, 15, 20 years on a job, and in that period of time haven't made $1 million. Now, $1 million doesn't do it for you. What about another 2.5 million? And it is our director bonuses. The company says if you help more people, we want to incentivize you with more money. So when you have built a team of 100 active agents, and once again, that is a team effort, on the first of every month, the company's going to pay you a $500 bonus. Where are my one-star directors representing the chat area? They received this 72 hours ago. All 2-star directors, $1,000 in bonus money. $12,000 extra a year. Where are my 2-star directors? 3-star directors, like the young lady you just heard from. Do you know on the first of every month they sent her $2,000 in bonus money? Where are my 3-star directors? 4-star directors like myself, the company has the audacity to send a check for $5,000. Where are my other 4-star directors? 5-star directors are receiving $10,000. If I have any 5-stars representing the chat, and our top income earners are 6-star. 7 through 10 has not been touched. And I want to pull this vehicle over to the side, but I promise you I'll keep the engine running. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me say 7 through 10 has not been touched. Why do I illuminate that for you? Because if you've ever said to yourself, if I could have been there at the beginning, well, you no longer have to make that proclamation because now you're here. Beyonce said, put a ring on it, and our founder said, I think I will. So when you have earned over $8,333, you have earned the sapphire ring. Where are my sapphire ring earners in the building? These individuals have earned $100,000. Give it up for Miss Shay Simon out of Virginia, 2 up, 2 down, right? Miss Danielle Farmer, Miami, MIA in the building. Those 2 young ladies alone, that's $200,000 in just 2 homes. Somebody say, I need them to be my friends. Then when they over, right, $20,000 a month, earning the Ruby ring. Me and my wife were blessed to be one of the new inductees into that ring of honor, earning over $20,000. Give it up also for Bernard and Cynthia Hampton, $250,000, right? Somebody said new friends, right? Because Rhonda, I want somebody to be able to pick up the check, right? Then when you make over $41,000, you earn the diamond ring. And I thought I saw my soror out of from Delta Sigma Theta out of Pomona, California, Miss Desiree Benson. Y'all give it up for that young lady from home, Rhonda. I said she's making $41,000 a month. Where are my ladies who would like to make $41,000 a month from home? Cut out traffic, cut out your boss, cut out your co-workers, and just cut checks. Somebody say cut a check. And then our top income earners are double diamond ring earners, earning over $83,000 a month. Once again, what is the potential on your job for any of these earnings? I like this slide right here because, Teresa, it shows our transparency. This is our income disclosure statement for last year. It's what we report to the IRS. And what I love about this slide is it shows that if you do nothing, you get nothing. There were some people who did not want to share this business with anybody. And remember, I said you don't have to. But then there were some people who absolutely changed their family's life and earned over 1.1 million. So you can be in kindergarten or you can be at the collegiate level. How many of you know that there's money on the table for you? Do I have any people that want to be thousandaires, 10,000, 100,000? Anybody see yourself ever wanted to declare that you and your family were now millionaires? All of it is on the table. Now, we've had a lot of fun, but we're about to bring this show into an end. Here's what I need everybody to understand. This right here is my favorite slide. And it's so powerful, I'm going to give each of you 10 seconds to read it. Begin. Now, when I see head nods like this, Shanine, I know they got it. Because here's my question. How long have you been on your job? If something was to happen to you, how much longer would your family keep getting your paycheck? The sobering truth is they wouldn't. They would do one last check. They would ask you to come clean out your office and put it in a box. And how many of you know they would have somebody in your seat before you cold in the ground? But what about a business that will keep paying your family week after week, month after month, and year after year, even after you're gone? See, ladies and gentlemen, you may not love money, but how many of you know you need money for the ones you love? And what if you can leave that even after you're gone? All the tools, training, and events are already in place. You do not have to figure this out on your own. One of our major events is our international convention. How many of y'all going into that convention unstoppable? Now let's get to the grown folk conversation. What is the investment? Notice I didn't say, Kimberly, what's the cost? Because cost is only an issue in the absence of value. And I think what we've displayed today is tremendous value. I know some of y'all rubbed your eyes because you thought you were looking at a misprint. No, to do both businesses is simply $199. $19 of that $199 will go to our marketing company, Planet Marketing. $179 of that $199 will go to our host agency, IntelliTravel. So you get two businesses for one venture for less than a pair of Air Jordans. You may get the Air, but you won't get the Jordan. Here's what I'm willing to bet, Myrna. If we were to ask everybody on this line to take us on a tour of their closet, how many of you would be honest to say that you have something in there that cost you more than $200? Yeah, you may have received a compliment, but were you setting your family up for commission? 30 days later, your overhead drops to simply $59 a month. Let's just round it up to 60. We're talking $2 a day to run and operate two multi-million-dollar businesses in a multi-trillion-dollar industry. When was the last time 8 quarters was a problem for you? If you knew that $2 could free your family forever, what would keep you sitting still?